Yeah, it's a lot for that. I'm gonna make a part two. Okay, this screen recorder acting up. Okay, but going back into starting off with Ezekiel chapter 21 verse 9, and it says, "Son of man, prophesied and say, Thus said the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished." Yeah, that sword going into the Lord setting Esau Edom up. Okay, at this time in the form of his military. Okay, like I say, this whole FBI task force. Okay, that's about to be deployed in Memphis. Okay, and soon to be throughout different other parts of the states. Okay, martial law troops, foreign troops, UN troops. Okay, so that's the Lord sharpening the sword, man. Okay, and he says, "Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus say the Lord, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sword slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth?" Okay, there's a lot of our people in the spirit of mirth. Okay, we're coming to the time of well, now we're in the time of spring, about to enter into the summer. Okay, where there's no this place, when it comes to more and more celebrations. Okay, graduations. Okay, vacations, family reunions. Okay, uh, 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 different sports events. Okay, mainly partying. Okay, when it comes to these clubbing, these bars. Okay, that our people are into, and it says, should we then make mirth? Okay, it could tempt the rod of my son as every tree. Okay, so at the same time, as majority of our people are in the spirit of party, okay, Esau Edom is sharpening the sword, and that's the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, verse 11, he had given to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Okay, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by the reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon that die. And that's what we're telling. As the Lord have his men out there on the highways and byways. Okay, this word being published on the internet. And we're telling you that we're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. And part of Jacob's trouble is the Lord putting the spirit on these elites on down to the less luminary ones that doing their bidding. Okay, they're ready to come in with that sword. Okay, you just had Trump about a couple of weeks ago pass executive order, sign an executive order, I say, okay, to militarize the police force. Okay, we already know about the whole situation with the ICE. Okay, the deportation. Okay, certain Negro, Latinos, Native Americans. Okay, mainly the Hispanic tribes, Latino tribes. Okay, of the Northern Kingdom. When it comes to illegal migrants. Okay, and so we coming in these times, man, and it's only going to intensify more. Okay, but Yahweh Shema Shah has set up the prophets to give that forewarning, man. Okay, so the sword is being sharpened. Let's get this. But majority of our people, they don't want to take heed. Well, that's let me see, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 5, and it says, "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff is in thy hand, is my indignation." Yeah, so this is the modern day Assyrian, okay, or America, okay, all these Edomites that's ruling. Okay, because we know about ancient Assyrians, okay, was known for taking down the northern kingdom, and the northern kingdom went into captivity up under the Assyrians. Okay, and there was a harsh captivity. Okay, so this place, America, also known as spiritual Assyria, or the modern day Assyrians, or the Edomites. Okay, that's had the rod of the Lord anger. Okay, which is once again by the way of the sword. And it says, "O Assyrian, the rod of my anger, the staff is in thy hand, is my indignation." Okay, I will send him against a hypocritical nation, against the people of my wrath, while I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the miry of the street. And that's majority of our people, the 2/3, man. Okay, because the elect is going to be covered. Okay, when it comes to the 144,000 and the 1/3, okay, that's going to be destined to be saved during the time of jigger trouble. And that's us that has been called in his faith to hopefully be chosen. Okay, that's taking heed and preparing ourselves, man. Okay, that we be found worthy to be delivered as we in this grace period, man. Okay, finding favor in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But the ones of our people that reject this word, okay, the Lord, okay, see them as a hypocritical nation, okay, and his wrath gonna come upon them. Okay, let's get this. And one of the way of the wrath of the Lord is bringing Esau, Edom, and these foreign or these heathen nations when it comes to their foreign troops or their troops. Okay, when it comes to that sword, man, against them. So let's get this with us. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain. And that's going to the 2/3 of our people, or so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans that coming against this truth. Okay? That prepare a table for that troop and to furnish the drink offering unto that number. Yeah, that number already set. Okay, Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. The 2/3 being cut off and judged. Therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer, and when I spake, you did not hear, and did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Okay, so the Lord calling them now by the way of the prophets. Okay, like I say, but our people, they rather scoff, they scorn. Okay, coming against the Hebrew Israelites, coming against their own power, their own heritage. Okay, they want to furthermore trust in this system. Okay, trusting these false gods, the idols of the world. Okay, hedonistic customs, doing all type of wickedness. Okay, trusting in black culture. Okay, thug culture, thug life. Trap, drill. Okay, when it's leading to them causing harm to themselves, man, taking out each other. Okay, and so the Lord going to set Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations up to come in. Okay, with that military, man, with the sword. Okay, primarily Esau, Edom. Okay, because they refuse to repent and come back and acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, so let me see. So the stage is already being set, man. Okay, the Lord prepared them for that troop. Okay, Esau, Edom. Let me see. And I hope us that's in the faith to be delivered. Okay, in the times to come. Okay, us that's preparing ourselves, man. Us are the hopeful elect. Okay, because the Lord gonna be with his elect. Okay, matter of fact, let me get this. Psalms chapter 17, verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. And eventually that's what the Lord gonna do to Esau, Edom, cast him down. When Yahweh Shai return. Okay. And Yahweh Shai has come back to liberate the nation of Israel. Okay, at the peak of the Third World War, this place America gonna be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear fire and by the way of the chariots, what the world call UFOs. Okay, how Yahweh Shai is gonna return, which are the vehicles of the angels, is only gonna come back and liberate or deliver the elect at that time. Okay, but prior to that, before that, the elect is gonna be here. Okay, the elect is gonna have to face the persecution. Okay, the demonization. Okay, being thrown in detention centers. Okay, being on the run. Okay, but the Lord gonna make it away. Okay, even if it have to be unto death. Okay, being a martyr. Okay, and those that die in the faith is going to be the first ones risen up. Okay, that's of the elect. Okay, until until that appointed time that Yahweh shall return to gather the rest of the elect. Okay, but eventually when Yahweh shall return and this place America be destroyed, that's going to lead to Esau, Edom being taken out of power, man. Okay, and salvation is only for the nation of Israel starting at this time, the elect. Okay, And in the future, Esau, Edom, and these heathens is going to go into captivity up under us, man. Okay? But it says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Once again, okay, Esau, Edom, the wicked. Okay, Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. Okay, so Esau, Edom is the wicked. Okay, and he also, once again, the Lord used him as the sword. Okay, that's their blessing, the sword. Okay, and so we looking to be covered through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, as we're about to push the time of Jacob's trouble, and included during the time of Jacob's trouble, the time of martial law. Okay, which is the Lord bringing great judgment upon the nation of Israel. Okay, here in America, like I say, the 2/3 be exact. Let's get this, and I'll get ready to close because I don't want to make this video too long. And I'm gonna look into the screen recorder. No. Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 7. And it says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection. Hey, you just had Trump about a couple of weeks ago pass the bill, or I'll say sign the executive order on the Insurrection Act. Okay. And it says, for there should be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. It is going to you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, because you're supposed to fear the Lord. Okay, because the Lord is our power. Okay, and the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. But at this time, the elect, like I said, but for the two-thirds, the Lord gonna give them over to their ruins. Okay, verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And it's going into your task force, your martial law troops, okay, your AI robots, okay, super soldiers, okay, drones, okay, advanced weapons, biological warfare, okay. That's all the sword of Esau, Edom, okay, that Lord gave the power unto, okay. And it said, but and still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their homes. Yeah, that's going to the martial law. Okay, evading you Negro, Latino, Native Americans, residents, man. Okay, under the rule of martial law. Okay, they have access to take you out of your home or execute you on the spot, man. Okay, or throw you into concentration camps, man. Okay, and they're going to be including men, women, and children. Okay, and they say, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Okay, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. And eventually that's the elect. Okay, the hopeful elect that we're striving to be part of. Okay, the Lord going to be with his elect as it's going to continue on. Hear ye, O my beloved. Okay, hear, O ye my beloved, say the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. And that's the elect. Okay, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your God. Okay, or for Yahweh Bashim Shai is your God, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, say the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Okay, and that ultimately that's the elect being covered. Okay, but for the rest of our people, the 2/3 they're gonna be judged. Okay, but the Lord gonna have a way for the elect, okay, to be delivered. Okay, those that, okay, that's not allotted to be martyrs. Okay, like I said, because you're gonna have certain members of the elect that's gonna be martyrs in the times to come. Okay, you got certain members of the elect that have been involved in this work that haven't passed. Okay, that went into the spiritual realm. Okay, just waiting. Okay, because their works do follow them. Okay, but then you're gonna have in the near future. Okay, some of the elect men being martyrs. Okay, for not taking that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, John saw that in Revelation chapter 20, verse 4, and they're gonna be risen up as well. Okay, but for majority of the elect, okay, that's gonna remain here on the earth during the time of the trials and tribulations. The Lord gonna make a way. Okay, we have them covered. Okay, doing miracles. Okay, having his angels guiding. Okay, spiritual power. Okay. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19, going to, when enemy come in as a flood, the Lord shall lift up a standard. Okay, that word standard going to the way to a way to flee. Okay, the way to be covered. Okay. And that's going to be that power. Okay, when Esau Edom come in as a flood, you're going to have certain men. Okay, the Lord going to grant them spiritual power, man. Okay, that's what we're hoping in. Okay, looking for the Lord to be our cover. Okay, hey, because you can't be militant, talking about taking out arms and thinking that that's going to be your defense in that time. Okay, no, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to be our defense. But for the 2/3 of our people, okay, you know, hey, he about to face on the judgment. Okay, and it's part of it being about to be ramped up, man. Okay, once again, FBI to deploy a task force to Memphis following directors homicide capital remarks. And then, like I said, not just only in Memphis, okay, but they're going to be nationwide, man. And they're already preparing. But I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here. And I pray that the lesson will edify. Until next time, Lord willing. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.